Alright guys, welcome to another E3 edition, except this time it is Microsoft, of course, and we're going to talk about Microsoft, and it's very interesting, I will say, to always see Microsoft step up first before PlayStation, because of course, well, PlayStation always has something up their sleeve, so that's why they want to go last for a reason, right? The ones that have the greatest ideas must step up last, of course. But anyways, for the moment, it is Microsoft's time, and we are going to shine on them for a little bit and talk about what happened at their E3 conference. Now, anyways, they did talk about the Xbox Play, where pretty much, if you do get a digital copy, you guys can play the PC and, of course, the Xbox One. So, very interesting to see how that's going to turn out. And, yeah, so if you get a digital copy, you got two things you can play. You can play there or on PC, and plus you can travel with it too. So, very awesome to see that you can take the game anywhere you want, and yeah, so that's one thing I thought was really interesting. So Gears of War 4 was back, of course. They have to bring back Gears of War. Why would they not bring back Gears of War? That's the whole point. So anyways, Gears of War 4 was announced as well. They brought it back to talk about it. It is co-op, and also you get a controller, especially for the Xbox Elite, that you guys can have it. It looks really good. I really love how there's more stuff to it than the last game. Now, I haven't played much of Gears of War, so I can't really say, you know, from a personal experience, but I have heard so many stories about Gears of War, and it's very interesting. I have played a little bit, but the experience in this is a little bit different than what I've played. And it looks pretty good, very interesting, and it's coming out October 11th. So get your gaming going for your Xbox One, get that console running once again, and we'll see how things go for Gears of War. So anyways, Killer Instinct showed up. Of course, why would you not have Killer Instinct? You got Gears of War, you need the next thing, which is Killer Instinct. Now anyways, they have an additional DLC, of course, which is a new character, which is General Ram, which you guys can play right now for this whole week for free. Literally, you can download it and play it, because it's something that involves Gears of War. So, of course, why not, like, you know, have that after Gears of War just to talk about a character that's from the game. So, very interesting to see how they played out for that one. Forza Horizon 3 was actually announced as well. This was actually really interesting to see how they played out for this one. Now, this one is going to be in Australia, which I love the environment that they were in. It's very interesting. You guys can literally instantly connect with a friend and play co-op and all that stuff with the campaign, and it's literally amazing. And you guys, of course, can compete. Like, who would not put a racing game to compete against friends, right? That's the whole point of why sports games were made. So, but it looks really interesting. The environment looks phenomenally awesome, and like literally, I really don't know how else to tell you. It looks really good and has caught my attention, so maybe I might get it. Who knows? Final Fantasy 15 was announced as well. They didn't really talk too much. They showed a bit of a gameplay thing where pretty much they're fighting the Titan, but really it didn't really explain too much about what the game was about, or what, like, you know, what's the summary of the game. So they didn't really explain it, but they did say that it is going to be September 30th, and so if you guys want to get Final Fantasy 15, they probably explained it already. I probably just don't remember right now, but they probably did explain before from last E3, because I think they did show it at E3 last year. So, but yeah, literally September 30th. If you guys want the game, go get it in September, because who doesn't want to wait when school starts, right? That's pretty much the whole point. The Tom Clancy The Division was showing up as well, just to talk about an expansion pack, which is going to be June 28th, guys. You can get the expansion pack, because literally they made a new one pretty much to say that, you know, thanks for buying and supporting the game and all this stuff. So they've made more DLC, so literally it looks pretty interesting. It looks like something that a lot of people who are big fans of Division would probably want to get. So anyways, if you guys are fans of that, this might be something for you. So anyways, guys, pretty much Xbox Live has some updates every time, of course. Every console does this. Anyways, they have some very new features, which is background music. So when you're playing the game, you can listen to your own music. Like, who wouldn't want to do that? Like, I even do that with my phone. I listen to music while I play games. Kind of interesting to do something like that. So, you know, I give them props for doing that as well. But anyways, they have communities that you can literally start making groups of, you know, pretty much your own group or whatever, and you know, it's like a party thing, kind of like the PlayStation has, something like that, you know. You think they would have had that already, but unfortunately, I guess they weren't there already. So, but also too, you can search for people as well. So like pretty much if you can't find people that you've been looking for and having a hard time trying to find, especially like, you know, you put out like a search out, like an ad, pretty much saying, hey, I need like a Minecraft miner, could you come here and help me out? Or I need someone who's a really good first-person shooter who really knows their stuff, and I need help for this mission, come and help. So pretty much it's like a little search engine, and it's like an advertisement thing where it's like, hey, you want to help? Come help me play this game. Come with me. And literally there's tons of people already there that are playing the game at the same time, you know, to help out. So literally I think that's a cool thing to see the community work that way. Because, you know, not a lot of communities do that where they like to help out a lot. So I think it's really cool that they're trying to put that together and make something interesting out of it. So, but also, too, the last thing for the Xbox Live, which is tournaments. They want to start tournaments around the world on your Xbox. That is right. So pretty much if you guys are like literally competitive people that want to play games and stuff like that, they're going to make tournaments for the Xbox One, so they'll give you updates on what's going to happen for tournaments and all that. So it's really cool. I like how they're bringing that environment to it. You know, it's like challenging people you have never met before online, and it's like we are competing with friends, go against another group, or just you yourself. So really fun. I think they really stepped up on that part. That was the most interesting thing I thought was, you know, to be featured on Xbox One. So anyways, Minecraft, of course, was there. Like, who wouldn't bring Minecraft? They're literally owned by Microsoft. So, but anyways, they pretty much brought Minecraft. It showed a lot of great stuff, actually. I was really surprised. Now you can literally connect, make, like, literally your own servers on, you know, your PC or whatever. And literally just have a blast having friends over and just doing interesting stuff. Now, there were things shown before for Microsoft where they were pretty much testing betas of, like, you know, like a battlefield or whatever, like different modes that you guys can play for Minecraft. So it's very interesting to see that they're trying to move up and move forward. And you guys can play with a friend that's on VR, tablets, iPhone, or whatever, and even on PC, and of course your consoles. So I like that idea. It's like connecting everybody around that plays different things, but at the same time you can, you know, play together. The only thing I will say is that they didn't mention PS4, so that kind of sucked. You know, I kind of wish, like, you know, connect everything else, but they cannot connect a PS4 with an Xbox, so that kind of sucked. I was a little disappointed on that part, but other than that, I thought it was pretty interesting. So anyways, of course, they showed some indie games that I thought were really interesting, of course. Now, I thought I saw Outlast, the second game, on the Xbox One, you know, little preview as they're showing, like, little clips and names and stuff. So I hope it is Outlast, because I would love to play the second game. And if it does come to PS4, well, then I'll probably just get it on there instead. But it's very awesome to see them bringing new indie games, of course, to it. I saw Slime Rancher, which is a really amazing game to, like, literally play. It looks fantastic. I've seen people play the game, and it's one of those indie games that I think a lot of people would love to play. But like I said, there's tons of already indie games out there. And speaking of indie games, literally there's a game that's called Limbo, and pretty much it's free. So play Limbo today. It's free today, and I don't know if it's free tomorrow. So just in case, if you want to play the Limbo game for free, go get it today. Play the game that way, just in case that it's not free tomorrow. At least you have it today. So yeah. So there's a new game called We Happy Few. Now this game actually looked a little weird at first, but I was actually kind of curious of what the game is all about. Pretty much this game is pretty much where you gotta take a pill to be happy. But the funniest thing is, though, is that this guy didn't take a pill one day, and anyways, he saw that literally what their happy life was with the pill was actually not something what reality was. It was actually really gross and stuff like that. Like, literally what they were hiding behind like what this pill was injecting into their systems and showing a different, you know, vision was actually not what reality was showing. And that's the interesting part. So since this guy did not take a pill, he pretty much became an outsider, and now he's being tracked down to make sure that, you know, he's either dead or either that, or they're going to give him more happy pills, I guess. Well, that's kind of what I thought the pills were called. So but it really looks really interesting for a game, and looks like something very curious I would love to check out, because it's definitely something I would play. So alright guys, so if you guys were fans of Witcher 3, of course, then you guys are probably going to enjoy this. Now, there's a thing called Quent. This is its own game, literally its own game. And anyways, it was inspired because a lot of people that were fans of Witcher 3 literally love playing card games. And I'm not going to lie, I kind of got a little addicted playing the card games too. When I was actually playing the game myself, I was supposed to be doing an adventure. But instead, I found this card game, and then, like, I just wanted to beat the people. I was like, Frank, I just want to destroy you all, get more money. That's that's kind of the whole point why I did that. But anyways, they made the game, and literally, it's so interesting to see them have, like, the 10 cards as, you know, like, just in Witcher 3 was. And it's just really interesting to see them, like, play it out that way. And pretty much, it's a campaign. You can play with online people and all that stuff. You know, challenging people, of course. That's pretty much the whole thing, so... That was one thing I thought was interesting as well, was that. So Tekken 7 was announced today, showing off really interesting gameplay. Now, this was actually different. You know, I thought it was like, it's like if it was a story in a fight. Like, that's the one thing I thought was very interesting, is like, you're pretty much, you know, having a fight, and then once you pretty much beat this one guy for a round, then it was like, there was like a clip, and then this guy was like pretty much like destroying the other player that won, and then it's like, oh wow, are you this powerful and all that? And it was just so interesting because I'm like, this is different for a fighting game, especially for Tekken, you know? I didn't really see them actually play out that way, so it's very interesting to see them twisting. You know, it could have been the campaign. I'm not saying that this could have just one fight, but the way the fight was going, I thought was very interesting to see that play out in the gameplay. So that was one thing. But as well, guys, you can get Tekken Tournament 2 for free right now today. Get it if you guys want to play Tekken. Because, well, if you guys are fans, well, and you don't have the game, well, then this is probably something you want to try. It's free. It's free. Hey, they're giving out free stuff today. Like, come on. If it's free, you'd rather just take it anyways. So Dead Rising 4 was announced today, which was awesome to see because I'm a fan of Dead Rising, and it's very interesting to see them have like a new story, background, everything, new weapons, of course, which were amazing to see them. Like it was just phenomenally amazing to see like this guy have like technology, like a hammer in his hand, just swooping around, destroying people, and then of course having like customized vehicles, of course, like the third one was, but like it was just really interesting to see like how this guy was playing out, and I just loved the trailer where the guy was just like pretty much just sitting there in a chair, just like on Christmas Day, just like having a drink, like it's a normal day, right? Normal day where there's zombies just swarming around, no reason. Doesn't really seem like it's something to worry about, right? That's the funniest thing I've seen, but yeah. It was really interesting. So Scalebound was shown once again. Now this was shown last year, of course, where it's pretty much about a dragon and a guy who's the trainer or owner, I don't know. But literally it was about like pretty much they were showing this huge fight where it was actually interesting where it's like you can transform your character as well, but at the same time you can like literally hop on to your dragon, use him for attacks and stuff like that. And it's just really cool that you could switch from, you know, the character you are and pretty much, you know, go to the dragon and then also transforming yourself into like this literally a warrior. And I thought it was really cool to see that because it's not something that you see 3 different ways for like games like that. So I think it's very interesting to see something like that play out. But yeah, like Scalebound looks pretty good. I'm not just like literally it looks pretty good. You know, I'm not just saying that for no reason. It looks really good. I might get it, maybe. I'm not sure yet, but it looked pretty good, I'll say. So a new game by Rare. Now this was also announced last year, which I completely forgot that this was announced last year, which is called Sea of Thieves, and it was actually pretty interesting. Now this isn't like the greatest graphic game of all, of course, but it was really interesting to see that it's just literally a freelance game. You're pirates on a ship, do whatever you want, and pretty much you can just get your own crew, like literally have a bunch of friends together, play the game, and literally just explore, do whatever you want, go get treasure and all that stuff, right? And it's just really interesting to see that because it's like, you know, you gotta fix your ship or you gotta do something as like a pirate. Like that, they pretty much want you to put your feet into a pirate's shoes and literally become a pirate in a game, but you're literally with friends and you gotta try to literally support each other. Not have one guy literally goof off and do nothing while everybody else does work. This is literally a game where 4 people literally have to bust their asses off for each other to survive. That's the whole point of this game. And I really hope if I do play this game, that I do have a bunch of friends that do play with me and not let us die. Because that would suck. But other than that, the game looked pretty good. So State of Decay 2 actually started, which I thought was amazing because like it's actually a game that actually one of my buddies plays. And seeing it on, like, literally at E3 was really amazing to see because I know it showed at E3. I don't remember if it was last year or the year before, but literally it was really an interesting thing to see them bring it back. It looked like it could be a co-op thing. I'm not saying it is. It's just, it looks very, you know, like it would be. There was nothing talked about. They just showed a trailer of it and all, but it really looked like it could be a co-op thing. So, it'd be very interesting to see if it will turn out to be that, or just back to single player. So, Halo Wars 2 was announced, which I thought was really interesting to see. I haven't played Halo Wars, but the game looked pretty interesting to see, and it's very similar to something that I played on Xbox One. I know that wasn't Halo Wars, but it looked pretty close to it, so I'll say that. But it looks pretty interesting to see Halo Wars 2 come out, and a lot of people are fans of it. So, you know, if you guys are fans of Halo Wars 2, and the beta is actually out today, so if you guys want to play the beta, go right ahead, try it out, as long as you have Xbox Live. If you don't, well, then you can't play. So, I'm just saying, you want to get Xbox Live before you want to get the game. I'm just pointing that out. But literally, it looks pretty awesome. And, of course, the last and final thing for Microsoft's conference, which is the Xbox One Scorpio. Yes, now if you guys did not know, it is a new console that they're making. Pretty much it's supposed to be way better than the PlayStation Neo. They've been bragging about this for months now, ever since Neo was mentioned. I wonder why. There's got to be a reason beyond it why they're mentioning this. They want more people back. I'm just kidding. But anyways, it looks pretty interesting. It's a 4K thing, literally the exact same as Neo. It's supposed to be way better than the PlayStation Neo, like 6 times better or something like that. Oh no, 6 times better than the Xbox One. But as well, they're going to keep the games the same thing. Nothing's going to happen. You can keep playing the same games over and over. You can transfer your account, I think, over the Xbox One. I think you can do that. But it's really interesting that you don't lose the games because some new consoles, like something like this, has happened before where you pretty much couldn't, and unfortunately, a lot of things for sales went down. So, you know, I'm glad that they kept it the same, you know, where you can play the games and do that. So, I'm just happy for that, you know. You can transfer your games if you want a new console to have better, you know, quality looking on TV and all that stuff. And it looked pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. Just watching the 4K for gameplay was pretty cool. So, and plus, game developers get better GPU for their games. So I'm happy for that. I'm happy for them that they can do more for games than before. So, but anyways, that's it for now, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed watching the Microsoft E3 conference. This is one thing I really enjoyed doing, and I can't wait for more. And hopefully, you guys can't wait to see what summaries I'll be talking about next. Now, we still have Ubisoft and PlayStation, and it's gonna be really fun, and I can't wait. Especially for PlayStation. I'm hyped for that, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen. So anyways, that's it. Peace out, everybody. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys, of course, in the next E3 video.